my question is actually, this was a big question that came up yesterday only because I have that context. I asked you that, how do you see really the difference between science and spirituality? Are they different? Or is it science, as I know, was it a word in the Indian pantheon different from spiritual knowledge?
No.
Let me just extend that question. I was reading a book yesterday. I was reading a lecture notes from one of the Harvard professor. He begins with this, that science is an extension of Western philosophy. That blew me off.
That's a beautiful point. Yeah.
So, from that angle and from our Vigyan and science and Adhyatma, how the whole context flows.
You want to understand the link between science and religion? That's the question that you are asking?
My first question is that the science as it is understood in West
Yeah.
and all over the world, it is appropriated by the Western philosophical tradition that science is an extension of Western philosophy.
Right.
So how we say Vigyan
Right.
in Indian context and the science in Western context, is there any meeting point or?
No, there is a meeting point, but sometimes certain words carry different meaning as you go deeper into the subject. So actually, what we call it as Adhyatmikata, what is spiritualism, in Patanjali Yoga Shastras or Gita, or if you go to the Upanishads, and we have 108 Upanishads classified as Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. All these, if we can try to find out actually what they are trying to convey, what Param Pujya Gurudev says is spiritualism is nothing but to know the laws of how to live, the laws of life. And so the relationship between these two, whatever science now is trying to do is to understand material science or the science of matter. I am not saying it as the materialistic concept.
Right.
भौतिकवाद के बारे में नहीं बता रहा हूँ मैं. But what I say is the science of matter. A particular matter behaves like this. And once you know the science of matter, it led it that matter is nothing but consolidated energy, solidified energy, concrete energy. That is what Einstein's formula says, E is equal to mc squared when we call it. So what we say that matter and energy are interconvertible, or law of mass energy equivalence. They are not also interconvertible. They say they are equal. It is only your way how you look at it. And now spiritualism says that there is a level which is a bit higher than energy. Because if you can just draw your thinking, energy is also a very, very subtle matter. It is also material by nature. Am I able to convey my idea?
Yeah.
Even energy is its own matter.
Yes.
And in Atharva Veda, somewhere I read that there are about 18 types of water.
18 types of water.
Water.
Wow.
And our present day education says about 3 types of water: the normal water, the heavy water, and the tritinium, the third isotope of atom of hydrogen. And if it is converted, then you have 3 types of water. And when Atharva Veda says 18 types, so 6 more types into 3, 6 into 3.
Oh,
so
okay.
all these are energy levels. And spiritualism, just as matter is merging into energy, energy will merge into spiritualism. But this spiritualism, what we call, now has been much misunderstood, and somehow people feel that they are being away from matter. Vairagi ban jate hain. They always want to go away from life. But whereas spiritualism, especially the Upanishads and the Vedas, force you to understand that nature is much more useful, matter is much more beneficial if you understand the laws of life, which is the source of energy from higher level. So now we have 3 levels: matter, energy, and spiritualism or life. But I always like to say life because Param Pujya Gurudev always used to say that Gayatri means Gayan Trayati iti Gayatri. Gayan means life, prana. So, exactly Gayatri gives you a well planned art, science, and technology of living. So, in that way, the spiritualistic aspects of science and the materialistic aspect of science join together. But what we are missing is, in science we have actually three levels of understanding. First is an experiment, and then we observe the experiment, and then we get an inference. And a series of such inferences and experiments gives you a theory, which then becomes a law. That is what the basis of all science is, a number of experiments. And of course, when you say experiments, the parameters change or controlled. And then you observe. And after you observe it, we get an inference. And a series of these inferences lead you to a theory. We develop a model. And then that model leads you to understanding the laws of some energy in nature. So, that is material science, matter science. In spiritualism, what happens? The same aspect of experimenting, observing, and inference is not being done. And Param Pujya Gurudev has given that very, very, very logical and scientific process to know your different orientations of life. And very specifically, he mentions that your life is fivefold. And even the matter, the anatomy also proves it, that when you breathe, automatically the body goes into, the air goes into 5 lobes, 3 in the right side lungs and 2 lobes on the left side, and then the heart. So, what Param Pujya Gurudev says, Gayan Trayati iti Gayatri is one aspect where the prana or vitality is this. Next way of defining it is Gayantam Trayati iti Gayatri. So, how you sing about it. And Gita is nothing but a song, a celestial song.